Somewhere inside you there's a control room. Not a metaphorical one, a real humming chamber of electricity and meaning. And in that room there's a switch that's been half on for years. You've learned to live in half power mode, bright enough to survive, dim enough not to disturb the neighbours. And you know what? That was wise, because every nervous system learns to dim its light until it feels safe to shine. But there's a day, maybe this one, when the system gets tired of pretending, when the dimmer switch itches beneath your fingers, whispering, "Hey, remember full brightness." And maybe you do, maybe you remember 5D isn't another place. It's just the moment you stop negotiating with your own light. Science calls that neuroplasticity, the brain's way of saying, let's grow some new roads. Spirit calls it awakening. Same process, different poetry. Neurons rewire. The soul remembers itself. Literally comes back into its members, its body. And while you're hearing these words, your mind, it might be noticing. It already knows how to update. You update your phone, your apps, your wardrobe, hell, even your coffee order. And somewhere deep down, a wiser rhythm begins updating you. That's right, you don't have to force it. You just have to stop cancelling the download. Because ignoring the call to grow has side effects. Repetition, burnout, same arguments, in new disguises. It's not cosmic punishment. It's the universe flashing the retry button. And acting on a call, it's messy, yeah. But it's the good kind of chaos. The kind that means the old scaffolding is making room for sky. You've done this before. When you forgave someone and felt your chest expand, that was integration. When you told the truth, even though your voice shook, that was the fifth layer of honesty showing its face. When you caught yourself judging and chose curiosity instead, that was quantum coherence. You were not collapsing into anger, but holding, just a breath longer, in possibility. Now imagine what happens if you do that more often. Tiny moments of coherence adding up like drops carving a canyon. Until one day, the habits of fear wear through. And there's only clarity flowing where confusion used to live. And maybe right now, you can notice the rhythm in your breathing, and the way a single deep breath can feel like a doorway. Because every doorway is just a decision. And every decision is just a new neural pathway saying, let's do this differently. So as you listen, as you think, you might start to feel the delicious tension of a system about to reboot. Not because anything's broken, but because everything's ready. And perhaps some part of you already knows the consequences of not answering the call. The slow ossification, the looping of old scripts, the hollow taste of almost, but not quite. And that same part might smile, knowing that's not your story anymore, because you're updating now. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, you'll notice yourself responding with more space, more humour, as if the emotional gravity has dropped a few notches. Because once coherence begins, it tends to spread. Brains sink, hearts entrain, civilizations turn transparent. And who knows, maybe this is how heaven and earth get built. Not by waiting for angels, but by nervous systems remembering how to harmonize. So as your awareness drifts between words and the space between them, let the old code rewrite itself quietly, like background software. Because you don't need to believe any of this. Just breathe it. And notice what your life becomes when you stop pretending to be less awake than you already are.